Hey guys, so the end of this chapter, the end of this unit, it's actually pretty long, but the point of it is we're solving systems of equations. So we have two equations with two variables in them, and we're trying to figure out what they both equal, and what they both equal would be called a solution. And at the very end of solving, we do something called checking a solution. So we're actually going to teach that first because it's such an important step to take in doing this work. So to check a solution, you substitute in the two numbers for the variables, the x and the y. Then you use order of operations to evaluate each side of the equal sign. If the numbers match for both equations, then it is a solution. If the numbers only match for one or neither, then it is not the solution. Okay, so let's practice this. We're going to do it 3 times. Okay, first of all, label your coordinate pair as x and y. And I apologize because my pen is not working very well. It's making lots of stray marks. So I'll do my best here. Okay, so the y value is -2, so I'm going to sub in -2. The x value is 3. Okay, so I've subbed in. Now I'm going to make a t-chart. And I'm going to look at each side of the equal sign separately. So on the left-hand side, I have -2. There's nothing to do on that side. Now I'm going to go to the right-hand side. And I'm going to pretend that I don't have a -2 over here. I'm going to just do subtraction. 3 take away 5 is -2. And the point of this is to see if the answer I get on the right-hand side matches what I have on the left-hand side. And it does. So that's a yes. Okay? And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to be really cautious. And I'm going to sub in correctly. So if this says 3 times x, then that means 3 times 3 plus 4 times y, which is -2, and that equals 1. Well, I don't know if it does or not. That's what we're trying to find out. So 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times -2, that's -8. It does equal 1. Now, if you don't do that in your head, then you can do it on a calculator, either way. In fact, if you're not good with your positives and negatives, I would really encourage you to use a calculator instead. Okay, so those came out the same, so that's a yes. But we're not done. The question is 3 -2 the solution? If I have a yes for both of these equations, then I need to write the sentence 3 -2 is the solution. Yes, you need to write the sentence. If you don't write the sentence, then I don't know if you know how to interpret what 2 yeses means. Okay, so you're interpreting your responses, you're interpreting your work as, yes, that means it is the solution. Okay. Next one. Here again, I'm really encouraging you to label x and y. Okay, sub in -3 times -4, then the equal sign, 4 times 5 minus 8. Then draw a T, a line down through the equal sign and a cross. On the left-hand side, it says -3 times -4, and I drew a line I didn't want. And that makes +12. And on the right-hand side, it says 4 times 5, which is 20, and then 20 take away 8 is also 12. So these came out equal on each side. So that would be a yes. Okay. Now, I'm going to sub in over here. 2. The y value is 5. Be careful because it's not always going to go in the same order. Make sure you put the correct number in for the correct letter. And 3 times x, -4, plus 10. On the left-hand side, I have 2 times 5 is 10. And on the right-hand side, I have 3 times -4. Well, that's -12. plus 2. Wait a minute, that came out negative 2. Those are not equal. So remember I said the solution has to work in both equations. If you have one yes and one no, then it's just no. So to answer this question, I would say negative 4, 5 is not the solution. Okay, and yes, you have to write the sentence. You have to show me that you know how to interpret what it means when you have a yes and a no. And then our third problem, we've got an x and a y. So the y value is 0. 3 times x, that's 1, plus 1. Nothing to do on the left-hand side, but 3 times 1 plus 1 is 4. Now, these two sides did not come out equal. That's a no. Okay, if we already have a no, we don't need to sub in to the second equation, because it doesn't matter. If it's no on the first equation, you need 2 yeses. If you already have a no, you're done. So we would say 1, 0 is not a solution. Okay, guys, see you next time.